Tonight, just before 6, we continue our three-part investigative series, The True Payout to Panhandling. Last night, News Center 16's Kevin Lewis went undercover as a beggar, earning $300 in just 8 hours. That one-day payout is equal to a taxpayer making around $100,000 a year. Kevin joins us again from the studio tonight with part 2, and one that's likely to have most of you begging for some type of justice to be served. What'd you find out?
You know, Mo, last week when I went undercover as a beggar, little did I know I was about to meet one of the biggest cons in town, and little did he know he was about to talk with a TV news reporter and make his television debut. The man you are about to see goes by the name of Dennis. His sign claims he's a father of 2 little girls, that he can't find work, and is in desperate need of help. We soon discovered not one of those statements is true.
Like most any job, my day as a beggar started early. Braving the frigid cold, I collected donations all day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, ma'am.
And worked well into the night.
Thank you very much. I promise to put that to good use. Thank you.
Despite my lack of need.
$3, $5 bill, $10. Last one was $20.
I received an abundance of giving. That was until this panhandler arrived.
Grabbing our people, Donnie.
And strategically placed himself before me in a line of traffic at Brick and Gumwood.
What's up, man? How you doing?
New to the job, I went to get advice.
What does your sign say? What'd you put on yours?
Cut the generic.
Something this man, who went by the name Dennis, had no shortage of.
Try to make it bigger, you know, so you can see from farther away.
You think that's too generic? Should I put the father too, you think, or something along those lines, or?
Yeah. Try. Have you ever been hungry with a question mark, man? You get tons of money, man.
The kind of money that could buy you a steak dinner every night.
What do you get? I mean, is it like?
Yeah, I make about the same. Yeah, it's about $100 an hour.
It's just.
It is, man. It's
In reality, it's anything but. Dennis, by all accounts, is a con artist and thief.
Do you do like once a week, or?
Just whenever, man. You know, whenever, you know, I feel like, you know, I have money for partying, you know, so.
Yeah.
I really don't need money that bad, you know. I live with my mom, I got everything I want. I got a car, you know, an old lady, everything. So.
Just like the traffic.
And how long have you been doing it for, and you haven't?
3 years.
Dennis doesn't stop rattling along for a split second.
I get unemployment too, so, you know.
Double dipping then. That's awesome.
In November, News Center 16 was rolling as Dennis begged, took, and begged some more. Like clockwork, he walked off the job after an hour before his friend took over using the exact same sign. We followed the duo in their station wagon from Granger, well into South Bend, where we lost them in traffic. In search for answers, we brought Dennis's interview to St. Joe County Police.
He has no debts, he has a car, he has a girlfriend, he lives with his mother, he has lots of food, but yet he's out there asking people for money.
But as we witnessed firsthand, officers have little to no power when it comes to panhandlers.
We don't have any specific ordinances that address it. It's something that we do get complaints on quite frequently, and unless they're violating the state statute, we really can't do a whole lot about it.
That statute is split into 2 sections. The first describes what is panhandling. The second outlines arrestable offenses, like using crude language, touching potential donors, and begging at night.
He is a con artist. I mean, he is feeding on the generosity of people who are trying to help and taking full advantage of them.
And beggars like Dennis find an advantage in the law as well, with no language restricting lying, meaning scams like this one are perfectly legal.
I smoke weed too, you know, buy weed, you know, cigarettes, you know, whatever I want, you know. It's better than going stealing and shit.
A skewed view of the world, straight from the mouth of a beggar whose only true need is a conscience and soul.
Just looking ahead, do you feel like guilty at all? I mean, do you feel guilty?
I do sometimes. Yeah, sometimes guilt does get to you, man. That's one thing that gets to you. Sometimes, you know, and the people, you know, they don't have no money and they give you money. Especially me, I ain't got no kids, you know, so I'm like, don't give me shit, kids, you know. And it's like sometimes, you know.
And despite those supposed guilty feelings, Dennis has continued to beg almost daily at the corner of Gumwood and Brick Road in Granger. We chose to digitize his face, but can tell you he's a white man in his late 20s with a goatee. police want us to remind you again, do not donate to people begging on the side of the road because of stories like this one.
Okay, so let me get this right, Kevin. This man openly admits he's scamming people out of thousands of dollars each month, but there's nothing police can do about it.
I have combed the law. It's right here in my hands. There is nothing that says he is doing anything illegally wrong here. And I mean, it's hard to believe. How is this guy doing this? But there is nothing that says this on the books of Indiana currently right now. I'm sure many of you at home want to take a closer look at this law for yourself. To make that easier, we have posted a link to it, a document on the web store that's currently on WNDU.com.
News Center 16's Kevin Lewis was first on the scene tonight and joins us now live outside the woman's home. And Kevin, do police have any clear idea on how this woman died?
Terry, her actual cause of death is still unknown. Now, that said, police do believe that this gas leak played some role in it and that it actually could have been used as a murder cover-up. Police also say that the woman's husband is their prime suspect tonight after he attempted to commit suicide only hours before his wife was found dead.
I don't know what else to say other than scary.
Calm nerves were hard to find along Southland Avenue.
I've been smelling gas for the last, I don't know, practically all day.
The fear was smelled. It was also seen.
My first thought was, we've got the dog, we've got to get out of the house, what do we need to take?
After a gas leak inside this home forced dozens of neighbors into the streets.
I can smell the gas from here starting to waft this way.
Emergency workers set up a one-block perimeter in every direction in case things got worse.
It appears that we have a homicide at this residence.
And they did.
The fire department came, opened the door, and were able to go inside with the respirators, discovered the female deceased inside.
Less than an hour before the gas leak turned apparent homicide, Elkhart paramedics rescued the male homeowner in a failed suicide attempt.
During the course of their investigation into the attempted suicide in Elkhart, they received information that he may have harmed his wife.
It was then that St. Joe County Police did a well-being check to find not much was well at all.
You never know what goes on behind somebody else's doors. You don't. You just don't know.
This story started with the sea of red. It ends with a lot of yellow police tape and one big neighborhood mystery.
And tonight, police are not releasing the name or age of the couple involved in this incident. We do know that the husband is recovering at Elkhart General Hospital and that his attempted suicide came at the hands of drugs or alcohol. Terry?
And Kevin, any word on how Elkhart police knew that this man's wife was somehow in grave danger?
It's believed that the husband exchanged words with police and paramedic crews over in Elkhart during the incident when they were treating him. Police here in St. Joseph County say that this woman appeared to have been dead for quite a long time and that any tip coming in today, unfortunately, just came too late.
All right, Kevin Lewis reporting live tonight from Southland Avenue. Kevin, thanks for that update. So let's head live to Kevin Lewis in downtown South Bend. And Kevin, the race was over early and I understand the spirited party has since wrapped up.
And good evening, Mo and Terry. You know, that spirit felt through two key surprises tonight, the first of which the rate and the pace at which this race was called, but secondly and more importantly, the large margin that Pete Buttigieg was able to maintain and win over his presumed main contender, Ryan Dvorak. Now take a look at this video. This is the view and this is the sound of success as Buttigieg entered campaign headquarters just after 7 o'clock tonight, surrounded by his closest supporters, his friends, and his parents.
It's an unbelievable feeling. It just feels good. It's good to know that hard work pays off like that, and it's good to know that our message was the right one. I can't even describe it, but again, I just had such confidence in my team. This victory really belongs to them.
Pete ran a hell of a race. His campaign really put together a great group of people reaching out to all segments of the community, and I'm proud of the race that he ran and excited for him.
And Buttigieg wrapped up the night by greeting folks at the Westside Democratic Club here in South Bend. When asked what he's most looking forward to, he answered by saying a good night's rest after a long and tiring campaign. We're live in downtown South Bend tonight. Kevin Lewis, News Center 16. Terry, we're going to toss it back to you in the studio.
All right, Kevin, great job tonight. Thanks.
Next time your arrival at South Bend Regional has a nice, smooth landing.
Weather changes, so does the friction.
You have Sean Flanagan Next time your arrival at South Bend Regional has a nice, smooth landing.
Weather changes, so does the friction.
You have Sean Flanagan to thank.
Yeah, they say we've got about the equivalent of clearing 47 highway miles.
His friends drive snowplows.
You know, a little kid would love to just come out and drive around in a pickup truck.
While Sean sits behind the wheel of this Ford F-250.
So we have to get the Beaumont decelerometer all set up.
Ready for whiplash.
And to do that, we have to arm it.
It's all to test this unplowed taxiway.
We definitely go above and beyond what the minimum is.
At 20 miles an hour.
This takes a reading off of that. On that reading, you got a 24.
Not an ideal number, so we stop again. And again. To meet FAA requirements of 9 checks per runway every 2 hours.
We've got a finite amount of runway. We've got about 8,400 feet of runway here, and they need to be able to stop before they end it.
Before this jet landed at 120 miles an hour.
1836 holding short.
Sean tested its runway too. Every single time we stopped on a dime.
That scored us an 84, which is extraordinarily high.
The stats are then sent to the tower, so the next flight knows what to expect when its wheels touch down.
For 35 plus years, we haven't had to shut down the runway. So we stay open and other airports close.
Train that's up there currently.
I've seen cars blow up, but I've never seen a car like this.
Next to a train.
She was like, help, help, I need help.
Soaring like a plane.
I just can't believe it's up there.
This was no typical.
You gotta see this.
Automobile.
Her girlfriend calls me and says, go help Lou. I go help Lou, and I come look at the accident. I was like, I can't help you. You're going to have to dial 911.
Within minutes, police blocked off Bronson Street.
That's a very interesting call.
As firefighters used posts and blocks to secure a car 12 feet up.
I was scared.
With a woman trapped on the road, less traveled.
Somehow she got on the tracks and came down here, tried to turn around and go back, and drove off the edge.
Vibrations from passing trains didn't help the matter, so rail police shut down all traffic before freeing the woman.
Come on, Lou.
This was Lucinda Doolittle's first railroad adventure.
They'll be like, only my mom would do that.
With plans for it to be her last.
I don't normally drive next to a train, so I just figured I missed the road and I figured I'd just take it, but I didn't realize it would wind up the way it did.
But as for a way to take it down, just thank big rigs and nighttime towing. Using a steel cable, this Buick LeSabre was pulled to safety with quite a tall tail.
I've been known for doing some pretty stupid stuff.
For years to come.
My kids will be telling it then.
Wednesday's mission was simple.
I'm a sensor operator on the MC-12.
For senior airman Kevin Simpson.
And I went to Afghanistan for 6 months. I was in Bagram.
It was there Simpson worked tactical ops for the Air Force.
We do have the surprise on her.
Methods he was about to use back at home.
What do you need?
You see, through the wall, his kindergartner, Katie, sat in class. Little did she know.
Yeah, I'm hoping that she
her hero was right next door.
We'll see what happens, though.
Just after the strike of 1, Katie's class moved to the library.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
It was the perfect position.
It was beautiful, yeah.
For one perfect moment.
Katie Marie. Hi. Hey, baby.
11 months had separated this father and daughter. In the end, it took all of 11 seconds to gain everything back.
Huh? Big girl, look how tall you are.
He went to hand her the balloons and the flowers. She pushed him away and hugged him again. It was just like, I don't care. Dad's here.
Their embrace was just priceless. Absolutely priceless.
A dad whose service a world away was never forgotten by his little girl.
Seeing Catherine's pride, she's proud of her dad, and I'm thankful for that. That was great. It really was. I am beyond words in pride, just beyond words. Family, it's everything. It truly is.